Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Today I'm going to be doing pack 10 of the Agora Models release of Build the LaFerrari. Now, even though this is Agora Models week this week, this is the last video for Agora Models this week because I'm not here tomorrow. I've actually already done a video for tomorrow, which is the Lancaster Bomber Part 15. So just so you know what's coming. Now, I've been putting this one off a little bit because I've been a bit intimidated by the instructions. I'll be honest with you, looks a little bit tricky, but I'm sure we're going to get around it today. I've basically laid everything out systematically. Everything's got a place. I think we're going to get through this just fine. But if you do want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description and there's also a QR code on the screen. Now, there's one thing before I start that I just want to show you. And this was pointed out to me by someone else that in the last stage, I forgot to put end screws into the doors here. Where we slipped these onto these points here, you need to put end screws just in here. I didn't do that, but you should see it's quite easy to get to still at the moment. So I just done that before we start. So we are pretty much ready to go. Now I have put masking tape on the doors as well, just to ensure that they don't move. Even though they're locked into place now with the motors, I still want to keep them in place. So we're not going to have any issues there. Okay. Now I believe today we're going to be working with electrics and we are putting a lot of body work in as well. So let's do this without further ado. Let's get cracking. Now, even though it starts with stage 73, which looks like this was which is a front wheel arch panel, we're not actually using that at the moment because we are going to be putting the dashboard in place. So I am going to get my Partwork upgrades mat here, looking like that, and I'm going to bring the car over and just turn this upside down. Now, to fit the dashboard in, we want to put it over these points here and here, and with this steering shaft, I want to ensure that it's going down the hole that we can see just there. So let's put this in. Just like that. That was quite tricky. You do want this to be coming out there. You've got this over the two lugs here. And also you've got a hole here, which is going to be just taking the back end of the dashboard there. Excellent. So to keep this in place, I'm going to be putting this in with two silver G screws here. One in that side. And one in this side. You do want to make sure you haven't trapped this cable coming from the dashboard there. And then I want one of these large flanged GG screws. And that's just going to hold this back section in just here. There you go. And that's the dashboard in place. And then just want to take the steering wheel and I'm going to be putting this in place. Obviously make sure it goes upside down because the car is the other way around at the moment. And push that onto the thing there. So when I turn it, as you can see, the wheels to turn like that. Perfect. So this small wire here that's coming from the dashboard is going to go into socket A, which we've already got an extension cable in here for that. So it's just a case of putting the small cable into this extension cable. And there we go. That's all connected up. I can now put the car to one side. I'll keep the mat up here because now I'm going to be working on the bonnet. Now we had this, I think this was stage 11, something like that. What we're going to be doing is I'm going to be taking these hinges off because I don't know what the problem is. There's something wrong with these hinges and they're being replaced. So in this bag here, as you can see, I've got some replacement hinges. So I need to take off the cylinder here. Just keep that to one side. And then remove the old hinges. And then I want to take the new hinges we've got here. Replace these. And it's the same screws. These are C screws. Just to put them into place. I don't know what the difference is. I'll have a look at the next one and see if I can see a difference between these. So the one I've got here is the new one and here is the old one, and I don't know, for the life of me I can't see what the difference is. Anyway, I'll swap it over because it told me to. And then once again I'm just putting this piston back in place like that. Now in stage 71 we had this little clip looking like that. I'm going to be putting this cylinder into that clip like that there. It's only sitting gently in there because I now need to bring over the car. Now, unfortunately, the instructions now show you where to put this when you haven't got this together like you've got it at the moment. So the way this is actually going to go is it's going to be going, hopefully on the top camera, into these two prongs just here. So as you can see, this is now into place just there. And now I want to be putting the bonnet into place, ensuring that the cylinder here goes down the shaft and that the bonnet's going to be where it needs to be there. Now it's held in with a D screw on each side. So that's that side done. Just turn it around and do the other side. And then with that in, that should be able to open and close just like that. Perfect. Now in stage 72, we had the front left wheel arch. Let me open this now. And if you have a look on the side camera, this is actually just going to be going in here kind of like this. Just going to get this in. Now I need a type A screw in the hole here. Excellent. Turn it over. And I want a type X screw just in here. And then you may see we've got a top camera, we've got a hole just here for an A screw. Which is just going in there. Hard to see on the pictures, but it's basically 3 screws which are holding that wing into place. So if I just turn that back over, that's now how the wing is looking. Looking good, huh? Okay, we can put that to one side. Now the next stage, I've already done. If you remember in the last stage, you have to put the passenger seat into this dashboard area, which as you can see, I've already done. They were secured in from the bottom there, as you can see. Now you see the wires coming from the back here? I want to basically put the dashboard into position over here, making sure I'm not pinching any wires. And that's it. And you want to ensure, probably best on the top camera here, that the wires are coming out of this wire here, a gap there, this wire here, the gap here. The wire here, there's actually a gap on the side, so that's not going to impede anything. Now the very back screws, which are going to be holding this into place, are FF screws. One here. Get that into position. And then one just the other side over here. And then I've got 4 AA screws to this side here, to the other side over here. And there you go. That's in place perfectly. So I've got some cables here. I'm going to be plugging H into H, which is here. H is the brake pedal cable there. And in the same way, I just want to take cable I. And that one plugs into the far corner over here. I've got these 2 motor wires to put in now. M1 and M2, which is over here. Let's plug those in. And there we go. That's the 2 motor cables in there. We've got cable C, which goes in here. This door switch, which is cable L. And cable D. And then all the wires we've got on here are in place. I've got cable B, which isn't connected to anything at the moment. And I've got E, G, and what we got here? K and P, which haven't got anything in at all. So I'm just going to use some insulating tape to just tidy these wires up. And once I've got that in place, I want to take the insulating bulkhead, which looks like this. Let's just move that further down. This is going to be going on here and making sure, again, I'm not pinching any wires. Again, that's going to be held in with 2 A screws. And there we go. That's in place. Right, I'm going to be putting this one in this side now. Once again, just an A screw down the front here. You will find when you get this in, this front section just here, let me just get that all the way in, sort of slides underneath that section there. Then I need to turn this upside down, put another A screw in and an X screw. So if you remember, one of the A screws is hidden sort of under here, which I need to get to. There we go, that's that one going in. And then I just need an X screw just onto this point here. So now that is how that's looking. Now I need to lift the bonnet up because I've got two covers to put in just here. And they're just hiding the screws at the front here. And that is the end of that stage. That stage, just that one stage, took me 1 hour. In stage 74, I've got part of the mudguard here. Now I need this panel, which came in stage 54, looking like this. We have two of these, but the one I want is this one here, because I'm going to be putting this into this section just over here. And what's going to happen when I've got this in, just like that, is it's going to line up this bottom suspension wishbone, as you can see there. So I put 2 A screws in, just into those 2 holes there. Then I want these O screws, which are going to hold the wishbones in from each side here. There you go. That's the one from the other side. So now that is firmly in place. Excellent. Then I want the front left mudguard, which comes in this stage. And I'm going to be securing that with 2 type H screws. Some of these are really hard to get to, these positions. I have to say, the H screw that goes down here, I can't see how you can get to it because this suspension's in the way. So I'm not going to be able to put a H screw down there. But I can put a P screw just into this side here. And another P screw just in down below it here. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I can't see how I can get to that P screw either. But the mudguard is in place. We do have the gauge for that, which I'll put in later. Let's turn this around and move on to the next stage. Again, doing the same thing on this side, putting the wing in. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not trapping the motor cable there. I've actually fed this motor cable here, I don't know if you can see it on the top camera, just through a little gap they've got on this side here. And that'll keep it out of the way, so that's cool. So 2 AA screws through here. O screws to secure the wishbone in. I need the mudguard from this stage. Just looking at this, look, there's only 3 places to attach it anyway. Here, here, and here. I'm only going to attach it from these 2 because I can't get to that one there. So this is a H screw in here. And then a P screw just at the back here. And that's the end of that stage. So stage 76, I've got these mudguard mesh guards. Hopefully one of these cameras will pick it up. I'm going to take one of these gauzes. That's going to be fitting into the grill there. Just like that. And then the mesh guard is going to go over the top of that, depending on what side you're doing. And that little bit there is actually connected with 2 K screws. Probably easier to put the top one in first, because getting to the bottom one, not easy. Excellent. And as you can see there, that's that one in place. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. And I don't know if you can see them, but as you can see, they're both in place. Excellent. That's all there is to do in that stage. In stage 77, I'm going to be starting the headlights. So first thing, I've got 2 headlight wires here, labelled G. I need to plug them into the control board just at the back here. And these are going to be split to each side of the car here. Now we need to fit this front headlight, and I can see this is going to be really difficult. I need to get this in here and over the 2 lugs, so I've got one down here and one on this side. So give me time to figure out how to get this in. There you go, it sort of clips in. That was crazy. It's held in with 2 M screws. taking one of these headlight wires, push it through this frame at the bottom, and I'm going to plug that into the back of the headlight. And there you go. That's that one in on that side. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So once again, I'm just going to put this in here. It does take some manipulation. 2 M screws. Once again, pass the headlight down and just plug that into the back. Once again, I'm just going to loosen any slack I've got here, keeping all these wires nice and tidy. There you go. I think that's good. That's all there is to do in that stage. Let's have a look how this looks like from this side, just out of curiosity. There we go. That's the lights in. I'll put this down here just to stop the bonnet opening. So on stage 78, I've got the front mudguards. There's the mat again. Bring the car over again and turn it upside down. Quite simply, these are just going to be going into the positions here. So this goes in here like this. This fits a lot easier than the back ones did, that's for sure. You do want to just pull this out to get this behind the lip there. So there we go, that's how that sits in. Now the top screw is a AA screw. Each hole uses a different screw. Now, pay close attention because I'm not going to show you what I'm doing on the other side. You just got to take my word for it that I've got it in. The very bottom screw here is an M screw. And then the one just on this side here is a P screw. And there you go, that side's in, just do exactly the same on the other side. And there we go, that's that wheel arch in place as well. Ah, that's the end of that stage. Now massive pack here, this is the penultimate one. What a long video this is, 1 hour 48 filming time at the moment. Let's get the tail out. This looks good, doesn't it? Okay, while I haven't got any weight on this, I'm not going to put the mat down. What I am going to do is take this grill out here. This is basically going, the grill is going to be going in this side here, like this. And then we've got the frame part here fitting over the top like this here. So this is basically just held in with these H screws, which I've got here, just lining this up. I need 4 of these to get this in. All we have to do then is just do the one on the other side here. And there you go, when that's in, that's all there is to do in that stage. Which means stage 80, the last of this absolutely massive pack, is some diffuser tunnels here. Let's just get these open. So, I want to take the left diffuser looking like this. And this section here, this is just going to be fitting over the top like that. That's held in with P screws. And you've guessed what we're going to do. On the other side, going to put that one there. And again, 2 P screws. All we have to do then is just bring over this section again. And this is going to be going, if I put it in the position it needs to be, onto the 2 lugs just there. They're going to be held in with X screws just into these holes. Got that here. So one that side and one this side. And that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. Now you'll have to agree that was quite an epic pack, wasn't it? Really hard as well. The total recording time is 2.5 hours. So really, really hard. A couple of things that I'm going to need to sort out. This isn't closing perfectly here. I don't know how I'm going to fix that. I might have to, just looking at here, I might have to shave a bit off the bottom here. I don't know. I don't think this was sitting down all the way. But I will get that fixed. That's not a problem at all. Other than that, Absolutely perfect. So if you like what you see and you want to get this for yourself, I'll put a link in the video description, and there's also a QR code on the screen that you can scan. You can get this all the way from pack 1. But I really hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.